I'm Victoria DeBarbieris, and this video is going to be teaching you about the research between learning multiple languages and the neurocognitive effects. Charlemagne once said that to have a second language is to have a second soul. At that time, however, people used to believe that it was a bad decision to learn multiple languages. It was actually not until recently that people learned that having the knowledge of multiple languages and using those multiple languages daily actually uses the brain more effectively and more often. Professor Ellen Bialystock of York University, a professor that has spent many years studying the correlation between the neurocognitive effects and benefits of bilingualism on adults and children, believes that the processes necessary to control the two language systems for a bilingual, attention, inhibition, monitoring, and switching between the two languages, are all components of the executive function. Therefore, the need to constantly use these processes in the management of two language systems may modify the development or operation of the executive function for bilingual. When a person learns more than one language, that person is going to benefit in many areas, but we will focus on reasoning and intelligence for this lesson. There is background information that needs to be known. Cognition throughout life can be described as an interaction between knowledge-driven processes and sensory processes. A primary cognitive function of all social species is communication, which can be accomplished by a combination of vocal, gestural, and even hormonal signals. For cognition, tests have shown that the most important structure for cognitive abilities is stored in the area of the brain known as the cerebral cortex. This area is the furrowed outer layer of gray matter in the cerebrum of the brain. The cerebrum of the brain is the anterior and largest part of the brain, consisting of two halves, and serves to control voluntary movements and coordinate mental actions. From memory, tests have shown that the hippocampus, an area found within the temporal lobe, is most active. The hippocampus is an infolding of the cerebral cortex into the lateral fissure of the cerebral hemisphere. Language utilizes both of these areas in the brain, so a person with multilingual brain who uses areas more often than a person who is monolinguistic. So far, studies indicate that the language areas of monolingual and bilingual brains develop similarly, but the inferior frontal cortex, which is involved with both language and thinking skills, appears to be more active in bilingual children, especially when they are reading. This would lead one to believe that the bilingual children have more active brains, which would make one believe that the bilingual children were more intelligent than their monolingual counterparts. Languages shape how we understand how events occurred, especially causality. For example, English likes to describe events in terms of agents doing things. An English speaker would say the phrase, "Jack lost the key." This would place the blame on Jack, the agent, for losing the key. A Spanish or Japanese speaker would say something like, "The key Jack had lost itself," or "The key that Jack had is lost." This would mean that the key is the one to blame for being lost, not Jack. Because of what language a person knows, this affects how they view life, and in turn affects how they reason. Thank you so much for watching this video.